We're not done yet. For more coming out inside of season 4 of the brand new Brawl Pass, I am gonna die once again for the final time in this video. This Brawler's trash. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy the Chief, aka the Chef, aka Code Pat, bringing you a brand new episode of Brawl Stars. Where inside today's video, we're gonna be checking out sneak peek number 2 for the new update coming out inside of Brawl Stars. Well, we're gonna be checking out Lou, the new chromatic brawler inside of Brawl Stars, and seeing if he's broken. Now, Lou unlocks inside of Brawl Stars once you reach tier 30 of the new Brawl Pass coming out inside of the game. You won't be able to unlock him until you reach at least tier 30, even if you don't buy the Brawl Pass, just to make sure that you get it out of boxes, whatever else. Hit tier 30, then you're gonna have a chance to get Lou, and let's go and talk about his kit. Now, Lou is very similar to Gale and Mr. P, where he's a snow-like brawler, and he's gonna end up shooting 3 snow cones at a time to deal maximum damage to your opponent. He's ranged, he has about 3,900 HP at max level, think similar to like a Brock or a Rico as far as HP goes. And finally, for Lou's super, it's gonna end up being called Can Do, where he throws frozen syrup on the ground where your opponents will spin out of control if they end up being on it. Now, besides that, with Lou's gadget, he has one of the coolest gadgets inside of Brawl Stars for some crazy outplay potential. It's called Ice Block, where you freeze for a second as Lou, and you can use this to avoid the last tick of damage from your opponent. You can use it to do so many different cancel effects. I'm so excited to see how people use that for some crazy plays. And finally, with super cool, which is Lou's star power, it's gonna end up freezing your opponents based on, if you're able to stack up freeze. What the unique part of Lou is whenever you hit an attack, or if you have the star power and use your super, your opponents will have a little snowflake meter that gets filled up, and once it gets filled up to max, it will stun your opponent for, let's see, a second. It stuns them for a second in place, which is all you need to obliterate with the maximum damage. Let's go and get into some battles using Lou and seeing if Lou is broken inside of Solo Showdown. Now, I've got my opinions of Lou already, but I'm interested to see what you guys think. Let's get into some Showdown. Let's use the snow. And guys, 3,900 HP, it's similar to like a Brock or a Spike. It's nothing like a Frank. Oh my goodness. I'm an auto aim king right now. Let's avoid the auto aim. Let's keep getting in there, guys. Gadget. You guys like that freeze? Okay, that didn't do anything. But you're gonna see, as I start damaging that Frank, you see that snowball up top? It's gonna go ahead and tickle him. And finally, he's frozen. He was frozen for a second, I promise. Little snowstorm's gonna go in. That's gonna continue to get Frank nice and frozen. Easy damage, easy work, and that's really where the value is gonna come out of Lou's kit. The star power, being able to get people with the super, is gonna be pretty dang good. Dynamite, honestly, you guys can see it takes a lot of shots to free someone with Lou. That's one of my first things that I noticed when I started playing him. I was like, okay, you need to land like 4 hits and you're gonna end up freeze someone. No, it takes like 7 hits. You shoot 3 shots per each one of your auto attacks. It takes like 7 hits to end up freezing everyone, so you need to be really, really accurate if you want to end up getting that dub. Now, I'm going to just keep stacking right now, try to get more and more damage. 800 damage a shot now that we've got 6 cubes. Any brawler is going to be good with 6 cubes inside of Brawl Stars. Let's see if we can finish this one out strong and to find the remaining brawlers to be inside of the game. Now, like I said, one of the biggest shocks to me was the fact that you don't really charge up that fast. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 only gets me a third of the way charged up, or maybe even like a little bit less or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, guys. It's really tough. It's really, really tough to actually get that snow up unless you end up using your super with the star power to end up picking up a win. Now that we've played a battle, I need to come out and say it. Lou is not broken. He's definitely not broken. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to title the video Lou's broken, maybe I still will call it Lou is broken. He definitely isn't, and he feels on the verge of okay to weak in my eyes inside of the current Brawl Stars meta. When I think of brawlers like Gene, when I think of brawlers like Brock, I know that they have the same damage potential for someone like Lou. In fact, it's easier to hit a Brock or a Gene shot than Lou because you have to connect on all 3. You guys like that stun? But I just don't feel like the risk reward of someone like Lou is really there due to the fact how squishy he is and everything else. And the fact that you have to land all your shots feels like a pretty high skill cap brawler versus not a whole ton of reward versus other brawlers. I mean, these bots are legit bullying me, and I promise I'm not that bad. The stun feature obviously is really cool, but I feel like Supercell really needs to end up buffing it to make sure that it's easier to charge shots up. That Gale took like 9 shots to end up getting the stun charge up right there, and to, sort of make up for the fact that Lou isn't necessarily as tanky as other brawlers, isn't necessarily as fast, isn't necessarily as easy to hit with your shots. They need to make that freeze feature really OP for part of his kit, or else he's simply just not going to find as much, playtime inside of Brawl. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my super right now. You can see, look at the slipperiness right there. This Jackie's going to end up slipping on through, but look at this. I've been spamming this Jackie for 45 minutes, and I still have not been able to kill her. I just think point blank, Lou is pretty weak for certain things, and that does not bode well. I mean, seriously, I'm losing in showdown. That never happens. Ever. One thing I'd also like to see is maybe some slight changes to Lu's super. It feels okay. I know it can be pretty troll, but I'd prefer if Lu's super was a little bit bigger of a field. You guys will notice whenever I get the super with Lu, again, whenever I don't die, which is sort of embarrassing. If you throw it, it's pretty easy for your opponents to dodge and they don't really have to touch it for the next bit. I wish that it was much bigger. Something like, you know, Sandy size would be really fun. That would actually have some versatility and make it something pretty useful. Right now, doesn't feel that great. Maybe inside of certain 3v3 modes on choke points, I'm gonna feel a whole lot different about that. I'm sure that I will, but for now, just does not feel that strong. And I think that's the main point of Lu. It just does not feel that strong for being, you know, one of the new brawlers or a chromatic brawler inside of the game. So, you know, ranking this brawler from 1 to broken, I'd say like a 4 or something like that. Just doesn't feel like, you know, just doesn't feel like a brawler that's worth writing home about. So yeah, that's basically my review of Lu, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Maybe I can end up killing this Amber before I die, or maybe I will die a very sad Lu. All right, well, now we've at least got something going for us. I still think the gadget is gonna be so much fun to play once they figure out some other parts of Lu's kit. Let's go ahead and get this. Finally, 9 cubes, guys, is all it takes, and then we're absolutely busted. Let's move in. Bow is the final one, but look at this circle right now. It's like, when you throw it, I mean, the bow's just sitting there. I don't know. I feel like it should be bigger. I feel like it should definitely be bigger. GG. I'm glad that bow was a total noob. Now, I'd love to hear your guys' first impressions checking out Lu from this video here. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. To be honest, I like when Supercell releases new brawlers and they're absolutely broken. It's fun to show off. You know, when a brawler's broken on launch, you can show off absolutely everything about it and you literally don't even need to care. I mean, no, I don't want every brawler to be like Rosa when Rosa was released. Even Amber was really broken, but still sort of fun to play. But yeah, I mean, having Lu being released in a place like this, I mean, it's just tough. It's punishing. This brawler, you gotta actually be good at the game.
I don't want that.
I don't want to have to be good at the game. I want to spam auto aim and feel good about myself. Or at the very least, you need to make it more rewarding for playing this brawler. Because right now, it's just not rewarding enough. I mean, look at this. I'm in a gunfight with the Shelly for the last 15 minutes versus if I was Brock. And again, what I like to do is compare to other brawlers. If I was a Piper, if I was a Brock, I would have dominated that Shelly in like 5 seconds. Lu, I had to keep peppering shots. I had to keep praying that Shelly wouldn't just use a clay pigeon and kill me. I just choked on the fact that I won that match without doing anything. Help. As far as brawler design goes, I definitely still give Supercell a high B or a low A, if that means anything to you guys outside of the US education system. I give Lu an 8 or 9 out of 10 as far as how the kit goes, but just as far as execution goes, not so fun. Gadget though, is broken. Never mind. And that about wraps it up. Cool brawler design, absolute trash as far as playing. Would not recommend playing Lu. Again, maybe Supercell will give Lu a small buff before the update comes out. They are pretty good, the Brawl Stars team, about like doing some slight changes before they go live, just to be sure. So yeah, interested to hear what you guys think about it in the comment section below. And I will just keep trucking away using Lu and seeing if maybe it's me and not just the brawler. But I really, really doubt it. Anyways, make sure you guys are subscribing if you haven't already for more sneak peeks coming out inside of this update. We're not done yet for more coming out inside of Season 4 of the brand new Brawl Pass. I am gonna die once again for the final time in this video. This Brawler's trash. Write it down. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.